I had one of those start of my days where I just laid in the bed and I talked to myself for like 2.5, 3 hours. After the ugly face morning stretch, what I'm saying? The head scratch, the ass scratch. Like I asked myself, okay, what do I gotta do today? What's on my laundry list of things I gotta do today? And then like, as I got out of the bed, intuition told me that, yo, just lay back down and talk to yourself. You got time, trust me. So I was like, oh, all right. So I laid back and I was just like, okay, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. And then my mind started to go and go and go and go. And y'all know how my brain gets. I'll go from A to Z, back to T, go to B to Q. I might throw a 1, 2, 3 in there. Somehow the numbers got into my alphabet. Y'all know how crazy and how I could just tangent off of thoughts, you know? But let's just have a mature conversation real quick. One of the things that came up in my conversation was just more ideas, more thoughts, philosophies, more theories, more principles on just the idea of sex itself, right? And there was a couple of things I was thinking about, like two thoughts in particular, 2 or 3 thoughts in particular that really got me to think about this. And that's what's formed my own little mental avalanche. Like the question, like the situation I put my mind in that brought me here was like I put myself almost in an interview situation where I was like on a podcast or somebody's YouTube or somebody's platform, whatever. And like they were asking me the question, so you're a young man, why are you celibate and whatever? And then as I was answering that question in this mental scene that I was visualizing, like there was a couple of things that came to mind. The first one was something I actually just watched yesterday. And it was like the Rory and Maul podcast. I just watched them because I just find them to be entertaining and funny. It just keeps my mind occupied. It's just fun, something to sit back and watch. But even when I'm watching things that just entertain me, there's some things that people bring up in like that it's like the normal person's world, because I do not consider myself normal by any means. I don't, and I don't want to be. However, there's some thoughts where quote, quote, normal people think about that I just don't. And I was like, wait a minute. I need to ask myself that question. So I'll pause the video and I will sit there and go through that whole question in my head as if I was there, right? And one of the things that they were talking about was their kinks. And so we're all on the same page here, because I know that that definition could change from person to person. So we're all on the same page here. A kink is something that is required for you to get off during a sexual interaction. All right, some people it's like the light little spanking, a little choke here and there, but some people go a little crazy with the bondage, the BDSM, exhibitionism, all that type of stuff. So like, race play, role playing, that type of stuff. Hey, you do what you do. What you do behind closed doors is what you do. All right, I ain't here to judge on that regard. Okay. But like, I really got perplexed with that question, because as I've been very clear about, it's like, I'm very limited in my sexual experiences. I've only been with 2 women, and the things that we did was very vanilla. So all I pretty much know is vanilla stuff. I'm gonna be real with you, okay? So when I asked myself that question, I was like, yo, I really don't know. And I was like, I don't really think I have any particular kinks. But then the question rang itself in my head again. What is something that you require to get off in a sexual experience? And like I was like, you know what? There might be one. Emotional connection. That is required for me. Required. And some people are like, well, duh. Like, why wouldn't you want that? But you'd be surprised. You know how many people, some of y'all watching this video, know that you've hooked up with someone that meant absolutely nothing. And for those of you that are new here, let me just catch y'all up on some of my beliefs with this, because I know that I take sex a little bit more seriously. I don't take it seriously. It's just I've learned too much about it. That's why I went with mind, body, spirit, ProfessorMBS, mind, body, and spirit, because a lot of people just stop at the body when it comes to sex. And with me, I've learned the mental repercussions. I've learned the spiritual implications of what we're doing. A lot of people just say, oh yeah, I got my nut, you know what I'm saying? And then women out there be like, oh girl, he was slanging that, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? And it just stops at the physical. And if that's your world, then so be it. You keep on doing what you're doing, but that's just not the way I can get down. I don't get down like that because I learned too much. I now know everything. Ignorance is bliss. Well, I'm no longer ignorant. So I know about the sexual energy exchange. I know about the sexually transmitted diseases and the sexually transmitted, in hippy dippy metaphysical world, sexually transmitted demons. Like I talked about before, engaging in sexual interactions with my past 2 relationships, I realized that my stomach always got, my stomach always hurted. So hurted. My stomach always hurt, like when I was like around that, where we were exchanging all those energies, because I was taking on their energies and they were taking on mine. But at that time, I was very sensitive in the stomach region. I went through that before. So when I go through reflections, like, that's what was going on. Holy, and that's what everyone is doing, whether you are aware of it or not. The second thing that made me think about that question of what made me go celibate was a conversation I had with my friend like a year and a half ago. But when they told me this, it actually kind of not hurt my feelings, but it put me in my feels. Where like, she said to me, like, she's like, your wife is going to be boring. And I was like, damn, do I have that many rules? Do I have that many stipulations that my wife is going to be like some little nun? Like, that doesn't want to do anything, that doesn't even want to show an ankle? You feel me? And at that time, like, it really put me in my thoughts. But then as I've grown, I was like, nah. Boring might be good for some of y'all, not complacent, but steady, not this emotional roller coaster that we're taught to put each other through. It's like steady, consistent. That is boring for us young people these days. I was watching the video that Kay Shay had shared, and I saw this like a few months ago, but like it came through while I was scrolling through like the YouTube shorts. And it was a woman that was just in her car, like talking about how she's ready to cater to her man. And like, she was like, yo, it's like, when you come in, I want to take your jacket. I want to do this. I want to rub your feet. I want to do this. I want to be able to listen to your day. It doesn't have to be a holiday or a special day for me to take care of you, my man, blah, blah. And I'm paraphrasing and whatever. But nevertheless, like, I was like, that is what some women would consider boring these days. Some women will look at this woman speaking about exactly what high value men want in a woman, and they will look at her and criticize her. But best believe that woman's 100% going to be married, and she's going to be happy in her marriage in comparison to some of y'all, if y'all don't change the way that y'all get down. So me thinking about the kinks and like, the boring conversation, and seeing that video that Kay Shay shared, shout out to Kay Shay, go give her a subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Really made me think, why did I choose the route of celibacy? Because, and once again, this isn't like a woman bashing video. This is from my experience, me answering the question from my perspective. Most women don't have that level of understanding. At least the common women that I've run into. I know everybody exists out there, but it's like the women that I've run into simply don't have this level of maturity and understanding in regards to sex. Sex means that he loves me. Sex means that I'm pretty. Sex means all these physical things that are going to change. Now don't get me wrong. I know I'm a little bit more of a romantic. I know I'm living in a little bit world of a fantasy because I'm only living it in my mind and not in the physical. So I take that with a grain of salt. But sometimes I think that it's very important to hear the freshies, the new guy's perspective, because like I said, sex is relatively new to me. So like it's good to hear this refreshing view on things. And some of y'all that been going buck wild could probably hit the reset button and say, yo, I might want to get back to that, or he a little too saintly with it. But I see where he's coming from. So, I try to be balanced with it. I was watching the video. I was watching Black Mirror. Like I've been talking about that video, that series a lot. And there was a scene where there was a couple just, getting it on, and there was absolutely no passion. It was just mechanical. They both had straight face. They were just mechanical motions. And when they were done, rolled over, and that was it. And I've been using this analogy a lot. I'm a lot less afraid of demons. I'm a lot less afraid of the man in the suit knocking on my door or being in my living room when I walk in than emotionless, tired, dry, passionless interactions with my woman. If I had to put a giant fear out there, it would be that. There's no fear in my heart in that regard, but it's like that. It would be that, because it feels disgusting to just do that and just be done, especially with all I know. So we exchange all that energy, and that's how we feel after our sexual interaction, our sexual energy exchange. We both feel numb, bored, dull after it. Think about that. Some of y'all have literally been in y'all's little booty calls, your dick appointments, and you, cool, give me a rag, put your clothes on, and you're out. You engaged into that action, and that's all that came out of that? A little cleanup and you leave? Forgive me for being the choir boy out here, but that's just weird to me, man. You know, it's like I don't see a lot of women that have this level of understanding of sex. I mean, men too, but it's like I ain't trying to go hook up with no dudes. You feel me? So it's like that's another reason why I just said I'm just gonna fall back and just wait for someone that understands this. You know, there's a lot of spiritual women out here. There's a lot of like aware women out here. There's a lot of women that are ready and open for this type of information. But like we've been so dumbed down and blocked off for what's going on, what we're actively engaging in. You know, like men these days, I think that's just sex is what makes you a man. It's like you can have sex with a whole bunch of random women, you can still be a piece of shit. So that I mean, that might be an aspect, that might be an indicator, but that's not what makes you a man. Just like having a bunch of men run through you does not prove that you are pretty. It might show that you have like a physical attraction, that a bunch of men want to lay with you. But like, why is everything so shallow, bro? Why is everyone in such a rush to get there? Yo, bro, she don't give it up within a week. She wasting your time. Huh? He better wait at least 6 months before I give it up. Why is there this timeline with it? You know what I'm saying? It's like these are the things that I've just been sitting back and I'm like, wait a minute. Like, sure, there's some times I want to be like, yo, put me in, coach. But then there's other times I see what the game looks like and I'm just like, as much as how fun as that looks, I don't want to be a part of that game. Like, I'm willing to wait. You know, however long it takes. Now, if I got to wait too long, then I'm going on a straight up Buddhist monk with it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've always been very open and honest with people when it comes to the semen retention journey. I was like, it's going to come to an end. No pun intended. But like, it's going to come to an end because like, there's certain things in this physical experience I want to experience, you know? But nevertheless, if I'm going to do that, the woman that I part with this energy from, the woman that takes me off of that path, not takes me off, but like it's going to be my conscious choice. But nevertheless, it's like she's going to understand everything that I'm doing in regards to that. It's like we think we're grown, so we don't have to talk about sex no more. Oh, we get it. We grown. We just do what we do. No, like y'all might be like with age comes wisdom, but in the conversation of sex, it really doesn't because you're just repeating the same behaviors that you've been doing since whenever you started it. Trick the girl into sex with you, or trick the guy into going home with you so he could drug up and take his watch. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the super low vibrational stuff. But nevertheless, it's like you just been taught like enter, do this, expect this, that happens, okay, and you're done. You know, and then whatever happens after that is whatever you believe. But nevertheless, it's like it's just so drab. It's just so like, guys, like this is supposed to be something that's beautiful, and y'all have been so numb to it because you're having so much of it, you don't appreciate it anymore. Coming from the person that wishes he could jump into the game at any moment, it's like my intuition says, yo, just wait, bro. Just wait. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see y'all running around like catching bodies left and right. Every day you got somebody new. Every day you disrespect somebody because you didn't do this. You know, dudes don't want to cuddle. Women got all these rules of things that they ain't gonna do for a man. I'd be like, and y'all are expecting this to have fun? Y'all are expecting this to be fun? I'm like, yo, like for me, like I appreciate my vanilla-ness. So let me hit the reset button for some of y'all. How many of y'all that have very active sex lives, men and women alike, how many of y'all can truly say that you guys were seen? He sees me. She sees me right now. She appreciates me. He appreciates what I'm doing right now. How many of you can say that? Now, yes, like I've always said, there's sometimes sex is just sex. It's a physical thing, bada bing, bada boom. Of course, let's not ignore that. But I mean, like overall, like in my head, it's almost like an 80-20 split. You know, 80% of the time, like I want it to be like passion. I want us to be observing one another. I want us to be feeling one another, you know, enjoying each other's essence, you know, like getting into each other's minds, that type of stuff, you know, not just cool. So what you want for lunch? Like I said, there's a time and place for everything. But how many of y'all can say that you were truly seen? And both of y'all, men and women, are giving your bodies up to somebody else, to some of y'all to whom y'all truly don't know. You see something that's physically attractive and they didn't screw it up in the first 15 minutes of y'all's conversations. Okay, he didn't screw it up. Oh, she didn't say nothing crazy. Okay, bada bing, bada boom, meet me back at the hotel. Meet me in my room. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Meet me in my house. Here's my address. I'll drop a pin. I know the game. I just don't like the way it's played. And that's why I sit on the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? But look, let's just go through this mental imagery together. You know what I'm saying? It's like this might get a little weird for some of y'all, but like I said, we're having a mature conversation. You know, let's just have a very simple situation. You're a man, you're on the bottom, the woman's riding you on top. How many of you men will sit here and look at this woman and be like, yo, this is a work of art going on right now. Look how beautiful she looks. And yo, I can actually see her enjoying this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I can feel this. Like, I can feel her enjoying this. This is amazing. Likewise, ladies, it's like when you're doing what you're doing, wow, I'm bringing this man such pleasure and I feel beautiful doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not saying that you're supposed to be like consciously thinking about these things. I'm not sure if I'm properly articulating this, but I'm just saying while you're doing what you do, is there like a higher level of respect other than I'm waiting for him to get his nut? And then as a man, don't nut, don't nut, don't nut, don't nut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. Because like what I've noticed is like, I felt that, like, for me, I guess you could call me sexually traumatized in a way, because I felt like almost the lowest vibration of each sexual interaction. That's why I'm saying, hey, I'm good off that. If that's what I'm gonna keep running into, I'm gonna wait until I can have a full connection with somebody. It's like, so when y'all, like, I felt the divide when it just feels like people just both go into their own little worlds, because I've done it myself. Man, don't nut. You're only focusing on you. Meanwhile, you're inside somebody else's body only thinking about you. You see what I'm saying? And then like I felt what it feels like to be messing with somebody and then you don't even know where they are. Like it almost feels like you're being dragged into their mind and it's just like, wait, what's going on here? It's like we are quite literally meeting halfway. And some people go to their respective corner when we're supposed to be working out something in the middle. Your mind, her mind. And like I'm sure both sides have felt it when you just know someone's in their own world. When someone's in their own world, instead of saying we are coming together, but we are coming together to enjoy this experience with one another. But everyone uses sex for the wrong reasons, man. It's like it's only something, like it's used as a band-aid. I have a whole bunch of problems in my world, but this moment of sex makes me feel good and make me forget for 15 minutes, an hour, and if you got Mr. Pornstar, 2 hours. But then that's another thing, like people have these expectations. Once again, I'm talking about average Joes here. It's like ladies be thinking like every man's, if you need to last an hour, I don't know, some of the women I've been talking to, they'd be like, yeah, if you last an hour, I'm gonna be asking you some questions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because think about that, an hour. Think about an hour of that. Now, some of y'all want that. Okay, go for it. Enjoy. You know what I'm saying? But like, I get bored of a video game in an hour. I'll go do something different if I'm watching a TV show. And I'll just like, okay, pause, and I'll go for a walk in an hour. You want to be sitting there getting plowed for an hour? You want to be sitting there thrusting for an hour? Hey, y'all got that. And they say, y'all in the big leagues out here. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, you know, so like we use it for the wrong reasons. And then like, you know, like I be saying, like, I mean, do what you do, live your life. This is your journey, you know, but like people prostituting themselves. Oh, I'll do such and such for $1. You know, I'd be like, what? And then it's like you drop so low, no disrespect. I know sometimes you gotta make moves. You got what you got. I get it. Some people gotta make some hard decisions like that. I'm not judging in that regard. You know, it's just like, just think about that. Something that's supposed to be so beautiful is now just a transaction. And then that transaction could be for money, it could be for emotions, it could be for physical sensation, but now it's just something so beautiful, something that has such cosmic power. There's literally a whole branch of spirituality called sex magic, and we just do it just for this one little thing. It's weird to me. I know some dudes are looking at me like a choir boy. I know some women share the sentiment of my friend that be like, yo, this dude must be boring as hell. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, but am I wrong though? I'm not saying that you need to completely go cold turkey and become like a little saint and go baptize yourself because of the whoring both you and like men and women have been doing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you gotta do all that. I'm just saying like reset a little bit, slow down before you just jump into this with somebody. Is that too hard to say? I'm not telling everybody to say sex is bad, shame, sex is fun, sex is beautiful. I get it. But like, take it from me, the person that wishes that could be living the life that y'all are. Even though I wish I could live in, I could easily call somebody up. I could easily go finagle somebody. I know the game. I could be dangerous out here in these streets. It's just like, why though? Sometimes y'all need to ask yourselves that question. Why? Men and women alike. Why am I giving myself to this man? Why am I messing with this woman? I just want to get my dick wet, bro. That's it. I mean, if that's your life, like I say, I open this question up to everybody, men and women alike. What brings you pleasure in life? It's a very simple question for me. Personal fulfillment, achieving goals, breaking past mental barriers, fixing some dark emotions that I've had in my mind, that type of stuff. That brings me pleasure, growth, all that type of stuff. If I ask some of y'all that, you'd be like, what brings me pleasure? I mean, and then y'all know what the answer is. Sex, masturbation, that drugs, alcohol, some type of vice is the only thing that brings you pleasure. That's just all I'm trying to highlight in this video. Like I say, we use sex for the wrong reasons. And it's just like, for me, as someone that completely has like reset and has a different value for it, because I don't get a lot of it, if any at all. I mean, that's at first it started off as not by choice, and now it's like 100%. I be seeing it. I be like, I'm good, sweetheart. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's just been my life. It's like, but that just comes with growth, because growth brings me pleasure. So I'd rather grow than stop what I'm doing for a quick nut, to engage in this. Like, y'all do realize that the vagina is literally the bridge between the spiritual realm and the physical. A soul gets into that body that's in the female womb and comes into the physical. And you want to disrespect that. Men and women alike. You're both disrespecting this portal. It's a portal. I mean, think about it. If the pussy's too good, you as a man's gonna forget your own name. That's how powerful it is at the very basic level. You will forget your own name when you in it. She can tell you to do whatever and you'll do it in that moment. That's the power that's between y'all's legs, ladies. That's why, like, I know, like, some women like my honesty about it, but you didn't have to go that hard. No, I do. Because I hold women to a higher standard, not on a pedestal. I hold women to a high standard. I hold myself to a high standard, and I'm working to always achieve the next level, the next level, and the next level. So why can't I expect that from y'all? Well, at some point, the physical is going to get boring. You got to move up into the mental realms, the spiritual realms, and be like, what is this between my legs? What is this that I should be cherishing this? I should be taking care of this. Me as a man, should not be teaching you, a woman, about your vaginal health. I shouldn't be the one. Yo, you do realize you got to worry about your pH, right? You do realize that stench right there is a whole bunch of bacteria because you ain't taking care of yourself. You do realize that your vagina is self-cleansing, right? That's why all this type of stuff is happening. And that's why some men will look at this and be like, oh, it's cleaning itself out. Well, if it's then let it go. Then just don't mess with nothing. But y'all little horny asses will still do something anyway. I don't really care though. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. I'll hit anyway. Calm your ass down, dude. You can't wait a couple days for some shit to pass. You can't. Oh my God. But that's the thing. We've just been so miseducated in this regard. Miseducated, or just simply not educated in these things, that it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of men, once again, they learn sex through porn. So they just think it's just thwack, 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 call a woman a bitch, a whore. Oh, you like that, you dirty slut. Oh, and they think that every single woman likes being treated like that. When a woman completely respects herself, don't get me wrong, I understand everybody has that different mode. You might be nice, but then when them endorphins get the flowing, everybody switches up. I get that. I understand that everybody has their kinks. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, on the other end of the spectrum, like some of the shit, like when like the dirty talk thing, it's like, I'm sorry. I don't care if I go in straight up Oliver Dark mode. I can't speak like that to my woman. Call me a dirty fucking slut whore. Oh my God. The fuck is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And then there's like the other thing, we're just kind of just going off on random things now. But like, like for example too, like when women be like, oh, daddy, I'd be like, and it's weird. Why the fuck are you calling me daddy in this situation? Who have you been calling daddy your entire life? Oh wait, some of y'all haven't been doing that, and you're showing your daddy issues. Just like how some men have to overcompensate by being extra rough and extra freaky and all this type of shit to overcompensate that they have insecurities about their dick size. Like, why is it that you are coming together in these situations? You have all these insecurities and y'all think that those aren't going to be fully exposed when you're both standing there butt ass naked. That's why I hit the whole pumping the brakes on the way that I wanted to see my sexual life go. Excuse me. It's like I look at this, I'm like, yo, there's too much of this bullshit going on. If y'all were to sit here and, and like actually talk to one another, these are the things I think about. These are the things that I worry about. This is that, blah, blah, blah. Then you go into it knowing what you're about to get into. But some people are taking on these energies unconsciously and they wonder why their day went crazy after messing with him or messing with her. Because you took on their energy. One of the things I've noticed, and I'm very open about this type of stuff to my grandma's detriment. This is a rough video for grandma to watch. But nevertheless, it's like for me, like I knew that I was being cheated on in that situation. Why? Because we exchanged energy. If that's something that you're holding on to, and I entered the cavern that is your mind, and then I exchange that energy, I'm like, the fuck is this? You may not know exactly what it is, but yo, this thing is disgusting. That's in you, aka your mind. Is that's in you? And then in the physical representation of that is you starting to sit back and looking at that other person like something ain't right here. Something's just not going on here. You know what I'm saying? And once again, when you take on these insecurities, it's like for me, like even back in the day, even though I didn't know what I was doing, like I was very clear, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. So I wasn't insecure yet. No disrespect to my partners, but it's like I wasn't insecure until I started messing around. Then I got more and progressively more and more and more insecure. But then when you look at it, once again, I'm not blaming her. I got my own insecurities at that time as well. But then I start to see, and that's why the infidelity happened. Because you're insecure, so you're going to go look for that validation from somebody else. I have this nice guy with me. I have this nice woman with me, but are they just dealing with me? Hold on, I need to go figure it out. I need to go boost my male ego. I need to go feel pretty. I need to make sure I still got it, even though I got this consistent, nice individual that's willing to do everything for me right here. It gets deep. And this is the things that I just been very I've really just went out and learned. I've went and learned this type of stuff. And with me knowing all these different variables that are going on, I say, wait a minute. Some of y'all do so much research on what car to wear. Y'all got some J's on your feet, or Jordans on your feet, and you be like, yo, how many of these were made? Yo, how many? Oh, there's only 500 of these that were made. Yo, okay, so like what the colors is? Okay, what the name is of them though? You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me see. If I'm gonna embark in business with this individual, let me go see their credit record. Let me go see some of their this and that. Let me go. You do all this research on all these physical things around you. But then someone that wants to enter your body, for somebody's body that you want to enter, you don't do your research on them. You don't ask the hard questions because that's not sexy. That's not arousing. That doesn't get her wet, bro. That don't get her wet, bro. Fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, crazy concept, young people. This might blow some of you young ladies' minds out there. But I, as a man, actually want to get to know you. Crazy. Because the friends that I've had, and my dad can attest, the women that have been in my life are usually quite attractive. And guess what? We're friends. Because even though there was, of course, I'm not going to try to be the super saint here. Oh yeah, I would the opportunity, but it's hey, I realized with being around them, yes, they're pretty, they're this and that, but I actually don't want to mess with them. I just like being around them because they look pretty and they're actually intelligent. But when it comes to sexual connection, I don't think that we would have it. So I'm cool off that. Friends younger than me, friends older than me, like my female friends in particular. It's I'd be I have attractive friends. But then I'll just be okay, but I respect you. Go do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm a man and you're a woman doesn't mean we have to knock boots. However, just to be my own little devil's advocate, I do believe that, and I've said this many a times, but it's like I do believe friendship amongst men and women is a spectrum. You know, we could be the completely cordial platonic friends, or, you know, hit it from time to time, friends with benefits, or it's just like we're like pseudo boyfriend and girlfriend, but we just both know whenever it's time to split, then you split. But the thing is, I know in my mind I can handle shit like that, but most people, men and women alike, are not mature for that. So it's either pretty much sex, marriage, or nothing. You can't be friends. And that's why like you be seeing some of these like red pill channels, you can't be friends with women, you can't be. I'm like, because you're still a little boy in your mind that thinks with your dick. That's why. You know what I'm saying? You don't appreciate this individual in front of you that just happens to be the other gender. You know, I do believe men and women, there's two genders, but nevertheless, I've gone through partially that video. But nevertheless, it's like you are too immature to see this as just another individual in front of you. You only see her as woman, and woman means sex. Woman means vagina. Penis goes in vagina, baby. This is how I see the world, though, when it comes to the sexual conversation. We have been so dumbed down. There's so much immaturity with such a, I like to say, a very serious thing. You know, it's like sex is not, I want to say serious, like, oh my God, you need to be thinking about this. You need to have this whole checklist over and over. But sometimes you just know. And you be like, I guess I'll give him some. Man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's there. I'll take it. That's what you just take what's given to you like that. You open up your body. You open up that beautiful portal between the physical and the spiritual world because I guess. You know, forgive me from being Mr. Saint over here. Forgive me for being Mr. Moral and all that type of stuff. Let's not get fucked up. I don't judge what y'all do. I mean, there was judgment there, so I do judge a little bit. That's a lie. But you know what I'm saying? I don't care necessarily what y'all do in your own free time. You make your own decisions like I'm making mine. I'm just saying I'm willing to wait until either I find a woman that already knows everything I know, if not more than me, or a nice young lady that, or, you know, woman my age, whatever, that's willing to learn what I know and be like, well, that's what's going, that would explain something. I'm like, you see, now that we both understand what's going on, we've sat down, we've actually got to get each other's, like, you know, quite literally get a feel for one another. What is it that you're getting a feel for? You're getting a feel for one another's energy. But see, that's the thing where these red pill little pickup channels be tricking, like teaching men how to like walk your mind, ladies. It's like y'all feel something, but your mind will override it. The ego will override it. Say, hey, yo, you good, sis. Go ahead and spread eagle for this dude. And then like, oh my God, how did I not see this? You saw it, you felt it. Women are more intuitive than men when it comes to emotion. You felt it off rip. But he said a couple of funny things. He said a couple thought-provoking things. He made you laugh a couple times. He threw a curveball that made you blah blah blah. Emotional roller coaster, make you laugh, make you a little bit angry, bring you back down. I know how to play the game, and y'all fall for it. And then y'all wonder why. Oh my God, he switched up. When I first met him, he was so great. Then a week later, he became an asshole. No, he was an asshole a week ago. He tricked you. Other side of the spectrum. I thought she was so nice, bro. She seemed like a nice girl. She was the quiet one. Okay, the quiet ones are the ones that have been listening and taking a bunch of information. And so everybody has that switch. The nice girls are probably the freaky ones. You know what I'm saying? It's like when they out there with it, you know what they're about. But then when you get hit with the ropey dope, you know, with the nice girl, you thought she was just going to be okay, I'll show her. I'll be easy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You feel me? So I didn't see that side of you. Yeah, because you was thinking with your dick. You know, one of the things I've always known is like, for example, and I've shared this story with you because my casual dating experience was very brief. You know, because I've always been empathic. I can always feel something. Once again, pretty young lady. You know, I could tell that she was ready to go. And I was like, you know, I was still a little nervous about getting into the casual dating world. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, let's just try it out. You know what I'm saying? But as we kept on talking, once again, getting to know one another, hearing the undertones of what people are saying, I knew something was off with this girl. I knew something was off. Because I was like, Okay, so you're talking to me about how you were in a relationship and at some point you called the police on him. Police was called and blah, 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 blah. In my head, that was just a red flag because I'm like, drama ensues. Now, of course, it could have been just a crazy dude or it could have been this woman telling the half truth. Ladies, y'all know y'all be doing that. That relationship was only a week. You dated him for 6 months. Stop it. You feel me? And vice versa for men. But you know, I got to throw little jabs at y'all sometimes. But nevertheless, like I knew something was off. And then even without the stories, I just felt something was off. When you go hang out with a chick, you go back to her place, room is dirty. Go back to her place and she had like the like, you know, smoking a little weed or whatever. And like the little ash catcher thing was like caked with ash and like it was like a damn near melted up there. I'm like, yo, you don't want to wash that or clean that? So you live in a dirty room, you know, bed ain't made, clothes all over the place. You got your ashtray mad dirty. You know, police was called, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? Even though I know I could snap my fingers, I could be in it right now, I'm going to fall back. I'm good. Then, like, this is the thing I refer to oftentimes, like when women get rejected because, once again, they use sex for that validation, that's when all the evils come out. You motherfucker, you playing me, you wasting my damn time sending me these long-ass messages. I was like, Neo in the Matrix. Crisis averted. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is stop ignoring your intuition. Stop thinking with your nether regions, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, you are gifted with the ability to read emotions. You guys are the masters of emotion. You guys know how to trigger a man instantly. So why don't you use that to your benefit and not use it as a weapon? Use it as a shield instead of a sword. You feel me? Gentlemen, we have emotions too. We can feel them. You know, being part of being a protector is reading the room, reading the environment, like, you know, being able to analyze the intentions of people around you. But damn, she fine. Yo, damn, bro, that ass, damn, them titties is big, bro. Oh my God. All right, well, even though I'm getting some bad vibes off her, she bad though. She bad though. And then you wake up and your balls is itching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. You feel me? It's like, so this is just the way I look at the world, and I just see all of the mistakes. I see the things that everybody ignores. You know, my friend and I always talk about our feelings in regards to past relationships and stuff, and we're like, yo, we sound dumb as shit when you go back in the reflection. And don't get me wrong, I take this a little bit seriously. It's like a greatest strength and weakness of myself, but I try my hardest to make as few mistakes as possible. You know what I'm saying? And some of them are a lot easier to avoid than others. So, you know, I can go on and on and on, but those are just some of my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. To the next one. Peace.